All right, yes, I request input or ask questions from my crew members. I do it on a daily basis. Uh, I ask questions like, what do they think would be the most efficient way to do a job or task? You know, what could I do to better the job? Uh, we pretty much bounce questions off each other every day, all day. We're a tight knit group and we value each other's opinions. I think I get good input because I'm close with the guys. I'm in there at every task with them when I can be. I've been here for quite a while, and I've actually grew with the people and the company.
In the morning, I like to round all the guys up, whether it's two guys for the day or sometimes it's been 20 to 30 guys. So I like to round everybody up. Um, the day before or the night before, I always make a plan for my next day because, sometimes if you have 30 guys standing there, you want to be able to tell them where to go right away. So, and as I'm telling each group of guys where to go, hey, let me know how everything's going. If you need, anything, or if you have any ideas, talk to me. That's what we're here for. We're trying to make this an easy process for all of us. So, and then throughout the day, I'm, bouncing back and forth. I'm running here, I'm running there, and I'm checking on the guys every hour or so. And they understand that if they have an idea, they can come talk to me and we can discuss it. So any input is good input. We were pouring some S curb, which is it's like an 18-inch tall curb, and then you typically lay asphalt up to it. And the guy that I had doing that, so we had to pour the S curb, and here in St. Louis, when you order concrete, a short load is 5 yards. Well, we only needed like 2 yards of concrete. Well, I told him to bring out the 5 yards because you're going to pay for it anyways. And the grade in between the curb and the existing asphalt was low, so we had to add rock the next day. Well, the foreman on the job had an idea, and he said, hey, instead of ordering rock for tomorrow, why don't we spread the concrete in the base, and that'll fill it up. We already had the concrete there. We're already paying for it. That means we didn't have to pay for the rock to come out there, and that was our grade. And it's putting concrete down is way better than putting rock because it's a more solid base. And when he said that, I said that a boy, that's great. That's helping us. So the next day, instead of waiting on rock, we were able to put the asphalt in right away. Some guys had talked to me. I know you're thinking something. If it's a bad idea, no big deal. 100 ideas may be bad, but one of those may be the greatest idea. So it's just, I think it just depends on the person. But I always try to get as much input out of these people as I can. So I mean, you're here with some guys and you're here with others. So how I typically get the best input from the guys is just being there on the site and seeing how they're going about said task and just discussing it with them. I think that's the biggest thing, is just to be there with them and walk them through that and listen to their ideas and taking the best approach together.
And I would say that I have more input with the crew one-on-one. Usually we have a toolbox meeting in the mornings, but we get more discussed, I think, putting the tools away at the game box at the end of the day, probably, with the way I run it. Because the whole crew, you just worked hard, you're putting the tools away, you're talking about what got done, what didn't get done, and then what has to happen the first thing in the morning. It's like, this has to happen. Or let's keep chipping away at this, let's keep working away at that, you're doing good.